your host for today. So, firstly, can I just get a confirmation that everybody can hear me? Can I see a bunch of thumbs ups? If you can hear me, just trying to make sure that the audio and everything else is working. All right, so you guys can hear me, you guys can see me. I believe we're all good. So, hello, everybody. It's so nice to join all of you. And like I said earlier, my name is Mugi, coming in from Malaysia, Prife International's headquarters here in Kuala Lumpur. I believe I'm joined by guest fellow members of the Prife family from all over the world. Where are you guys from? Why don't you guys like drop a note of where you're from and like where you're listening in from, or even like what time it is from where you are. And I have an hour here with you guys. Within the hour, I'm hoping to cover a few interesting things. Firstly, we're going to take a look at the Prife International marketing plan just a little bit. We're going to take a look at the business opportunities. Oh, hi, May May from the UK. What time is it in the UK right now, I wonder? So we're going to be taking a look at the Price marketing plan a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit about what, in fact, sets Price International apart from many different companies out there. And then we're going to take a look at some of the promotions we have going on in Price right now and also the events as well from the Australia, New Zealand event, and also the Vegas event, and especially our anniversary coming up next year. Hi, Teresa from Brisbane, 9 a.m. in the UK and 8 p.m. in Auckland. Hi, Rosemary. Well, so nice to have all of you here with me. And before we get into it, we have 17 people here. I believe there must be some people from Malaysia as well. We just had a pretty good time. Mr. Nathan, our Chief Training Officer, the man that I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with, he is in Malaysia right now. He just happened to come by our headquarters office here in Cheras in KL, and we just heard him talk. So one of the things that Prife International is kind of planning out is in creating a series of informational Zoom meetings, preferably over Zoom, so we have an opportunity to kind of reach out to our global audience and really like let everyone know everything of what's happening, and also kind of present everybody with a plan on like how to move forward. And I'm sure a lot of you here, like not just in this Zoom meeting, I'm sure a lot of you here in as members of Prife International, you may have come in because you heard about the product, like the iTerra Care. What is this wand that's healing? And then you may have come in, you may have tried the product, and you may have seen the truly like impressive results that the product has to offer. And maybe you just stayed out as an end user of the product. And also just dropping in, hi, Hoshino from Japan. Hello, Pearl from Malaysia, the rock stars. 6 p.m. in Sydney for someone using an iPhone, and KK Lam in Malaysia. I just love giving everyone here a shout out because it really is very happy to see so many of you from all over the world joining us, joining me on this meeting. So, like, without losing track, we're gonna, like I said, just to recap, we're gonna talk a little bit about the marketing plan and really what makes Prife International kind of apart. What are the specialties of the Prife International business plan? How can this business really help you make a lot of money? Because, like I said, even like looking at Prife International statistics from Malaysia, right? Not just Malaysia, but all over the world, I would say about 80% of our members are in the company just to get the product. They're like end users. So they buy a product, and when you buy a product, you become a member, as all of you know. So a lot of people have just come into the company as end users. But within the company itself is also a marketing plan, a business plan that is designed to reward activities such as selling and also to reward activities such as recruiting. Hi, Nikki from, I'm going to say NT is the Northern Territories of Australia. 530, or does NT stand for New Territories? I'm going to say it stands for Northern Territories. Okay, so going back and looking into the marketing plan, maybe since I have a bunch of you active here on chat, why don't you guys like give me an idea? How long have you guys been a part of Prife International? What kind of got you guys in here? I'm sure a lot of you here must be here for the product. Are you guys very familiar with the kind of like things that Prife International has to offer. We can make this a bit of a communicative thing where you guys can send me messages over chat, and I'm always keeping track of what you guys are telling me over chat. But as I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to organize this Zoom meeting is just to kind of be able to give everyone a explainer on the Price marketing plan. And a lot of you, like I said, may be here for the business, but it's always really good to know what is the structure in this company that is rewarding you. So Mamie's been a part of Price since last year, August, building. I love hearing that. We're all building, aren't we? We're all just kind of coming in, trying to make this work and figure it out. And I hope to give you guys some good information right now. Teresa got the classic wand on the 27th of June. Dr. Karthik from Malaysia has been using the wand for 1 year. It is an amazing device, isn't it? And like Teresa, with the health benefits that you saw is what people around the world are seeing. And before I get into the plan a little bit, I just want to share my own personal experience with the product. I mean, we have had like improving blood flow using so many different therapeutic modalities has been how humanity itself has been healing for so long. And the fact that we are not able to put the ability to improve your blood flow within a device. To me, I like to equate it to like if you were around 500 years ago and you wanted light, if you were around 500 years ago and it's the middle of the night and you want to see something and if you want some light, you better know how to start a fire or you better know someone who knows how to start a fire. But now all you need to do is just flick a switch on a torchlight and you have light. And a lot of people don't even know how torchlights work. They just know that they can flick a switch and they'll have light. And similarly, 500 years ago, if you wanted healing, if you wanted to improve your blood flow, you would need to go to someone who has the knowledge of specific therapeutic modalities that can be used to improve your blood flow. But now in 2023, just like you have a light with a torchlight, anyone can buy an iTerra wand and just point it at their body and point it at other people and improve their blood flow. And a lot of people may not even be aware of the science behind how it works. And the science is so solid, like using terahertz technology to improve blood flow is something that is just proven and out there. But a lot of people may not even understand the technicalities behind how it works. They just know that they can point it at someone and induce their blood flow. So I just love the concept of us using technology and using the latest innovations of 2023 to really take control of our health. And that is what Prife International has been providing to everybody. And by giving this device and the healing that we get from this device to other people, we stand a chance to make a lot of money. And I'm just gonna read out some of the comments I've been getting because honestly, guys, I love reading this. And May talks about how she's had the device since January, and she has asked God to heal her, and God has given her a bonus, this business of helping people. And I just love hearing stories like that because one of the things behind like direct selling and conventional marketing, and this may be an interesting perspective to some of you because the direct selling industry is actually a $200 billion industry. It is huge worldwide. And if you ask me, what is the role that direct selling plays in a world of conventional marketing? I mean, a lot of people know the world, like the whole commercial world, as a place where you do conventional marketing. But think about it, right? What is conventional marketing? Let's say you're buying a can of Coke, right? Or a can of Pepsi. I'm kind of neutral about both. If you're buying a can of Coke, what inspires you to buy the can of Coke, right? You would have seen an advertisement. Maybe you would have seen a billboard. You would have seen like someone's like you would have seen an athlete's jersey with a Coke logo on it. Maybe you would have seen like product placement in a movie that you're watching or a TV show or an ad in a newspaper. Either way, you saw something that inspired you to buy the product. So no matter what product that you buy, a big chunk of the price that you pay has actually gone into the advertisement of the product. However, now what direct selling does is that, and I don't know to what extent all of you are aware of it, but being in this industry and like knowing the Direct Selling Act of knowing the 1993 Direct Selling Act that is gazetted in Malaysian laws, direct selling as an industry is an industry that is very heavily, very strongly regulated, especially in a country like Malaysia. And one of the things that direct selling companies are not allowed to do is that direct selling companies are not allowed to advertise. Instead, what we do, we get members of the public, people like yourself, who have used our product, who have enjoyed our product, to take the good news that they have, to take whatever truth that they know in their heart to be true about this product, and to share this with as many people as possible, essentially doing amateur advertising. And when you as an individual take on the job of doing this amateur advertising, and people listen to your advertising and they purchase the product, that is how other people hear about the product. And the percentage of money that would have gone to the advertising of any conventionally marketed product is what goes into the direct selling system as payout for people who do the job of amateur advertising. So understanding the industry within that framework in mind really makes you aware that your job in this industry, in this company, if you were to choose to come into this platform and make money out of it, is to advertise what you know, the truth that you have, to as many people as possible. And if you think about it, in the 60s and the 70s, back when direct selling was like a huge chunk of the economy, people trusted the words of their neighbor, their sisters, their brothers, their mother-in-law. People trusted the people close to them. So the amateur advertising of direct selling happened through the network of the people that you know and your family members, your friends, etc. But in 2023, people are more less likely to believe the words of like their next door neighbor, and a lot more likely to believe the words of some stranger that they hear about on Instagram or TikTok, on Facebook. So in 2023, direct selling has taken the form of mass advertising through social media. But whichever way you choose to advertise the product that we have, being a part of this business, you are rewarded for the act of advertising, just in the same way if you buy a can of Coke, like a solid 60% of that price that you're paying would have essentially gone out for the advertising of the can of Coke. So with that perspective in mind, let me look at a couple of things that I've been finding. And a lot of you may have already seen this before. These are Prife International's marketing plan slides. There are many different flavors of slides that you can find out there. And this is the one that I've gotten that our CTO, Mr. Nathan, uses for the Philippine and the American markets. I'm so sorry. And the thing with Prife International is that our prices are different based on the country, based on the import costs, export costs, etc. For example, the Price Iteracare Classic Wand is $320 in Malaysia, Indonesia, and in the Philippines. And that is because this is a Malaysian company, and therefore we get the products directly from the manufacturer, and then we send it to countries all over the world from Malaysia. So the price, and like Philippines and Indonesia being very geographically close countries to Malaysia and being a part of the Southeast Asian like economic region, we don't really have a lot of price increases when it comes to Philippines and Indonesia. In Singapore, the product is 350 US dollars or 490 Singapore dollars. The price goes on as you start to expand outward into many different countries. In the US, it is $380, for example. I'm just about to check the price of the iTerrakai Classic device in Australia. And if anyone has that information, you can share that with me. What is the price of the iTerrakai Classic in Australia? Oh, hello, Jeanette from Reno, Nevada. $420. So that's in US dollars or Australian dollars? That 420. Let me see. Oh, it's in US dollars. And what's the price in Australian dollars? About 650 Australian dollars. Yeah, so that's the thing. And the prices of the product does differ according to country, but that also rightly so accounts for the customs cost, taxes, etc. For example, just to give you guys like an idea, the product is $420 in Australia. It is $450 in London. It is $437 in Bangladesh, and it is $463.60 in India. So, I mean, it is also $500 in Europe, in the EU market. And to be fair, $500 in Europe has a slightly different impact compared to $463.60 in India. And even then, we are still doing so well within the Indian market. Sometimes a lot of these price increases are really out of the company's hands. For example, certain countries charge certain taxes, import taxes, customs, stuff like that. So a lot of that is out of our hands. But with that in mind, understanding that we have different prices for different countries, and I'm about to show you the Filipino/US slides, and you guys are just gonna like rework that as you see it for the ones in your country. I'm gonna be modifying the slides for the next time I do this and just have more country prices on the slides because I am honestly genuinely surprised by the very global response we've been getting to these Zoom meetings. So just looking at the business plan, right? Looking at Prife International's business plan. Where am I? There we go. All right, this is what I showed you earlier. So Prife has been set up in many countries worldwide, a lot of them as country branches, most in a lot of places as country stockists. And in the US, we have state stockists established. And this gives us a really global presence. And just as a heads up, one of the cool things about Price that really sets it apart from many different styles of companies I've seen out there is that through the back office, you have complete access to all of the countries that Prife is currently in. And I believe right now through the back office, we have access to approximately 66 to 70 different countries out there. So what role does that play in your business? I mean, for example, looking at direct selling through the framework of it being amateur advertising, right? So if direct selling is truly amateur advertising and you're able to leverage global platforms such as social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc., and you're capable of getting people around the world interested in the iTerra care, what can you do? I mean, firstly, when you log into the back office, if you scroll a little bit down, you will see all of the different countries in which Prife International has bank accounts. And this does not just include like Malaysia. Prife has bank accounts in many different countries because in most places where we establish a branch, we have a bank account. So what you can do as a result, if let's say you from Australia or from the US or from wherever you are in the world, if you have a client in Malaysia, for example, or in the Philippines or in Indonesia, in any country in the world that Prife has a bank account, you can find out the price for that specific country via the back office. You can send the company's bank account, Prife International's bank account details of that country to your client. You can get them to deposit the price of the product into the company's bank account and send you the receipt. And once you get the receipt, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the process of like uploading a receipt in the back office and getting that money cleared in your register wallet. And you can do the same thing. So you can get anyone in any country to deposit the money, the price of the product in that country's bank account, and they can send you the receipt. And you sitting at home, you can upload the receipt in your back office, have the money show up in your register wallet in your back office, and you can use the money to register the person via the back office and have the product be sent to that person via delivery. And delivery costs within each country is baked into the price of the device in each country. So if let's say you sitting in Australia, you have a client in Malaysia, for example, right? What you can do is you can get them to bank in 320 US dollars or 1,440 ringgit into Prife Malaysia bank account, send you the receipt, you can upload it in your back office sitting at home, and once the money is cleared in your register wallet, which would take approximately half an hour to an hour, you can use the money in your register wallet to register the person in Malaysia and have the product sent via delivery. And if that person starts to do the business, that means that boom, you now have a network growing in Malaysia. And if you really take advantage of this and you're able to modify your amateur advertising and reach out to people in so many countries around the world, all of whom are suffering from body pain, back pain, like terrible blood flow that is leading to so many negative health issues, and you can share your personal experiences and the experiences of people that you know to them, and you can get them interested. This is your opportunity to really expand into being a global entrepreneur from sitting at home. And this is an opportunity Price provides via the back office. And if you were not aware of that, you are aware of that now. So moving on, let's see what else the slides have to show us. Every time you log into the back office, you're going to be able to see the top income earners for the month. Now, what did these people do to make this kind of money? Well, your income is a percentage of the devices sold in your network. So as your network starts to grow, whether it be from the people that you sponsor, the people that they sponsor, or even if it's someone that you didn't sponsor, if they just showed up as your downline in your team below you, whatever devices that they buy that is sold in your hierarchy, you get a cut out of that. And the more people you have underneath you, the more people who are buying the products, the bigger that cut is, essentially. And when you have so many people under you that you have just countries of people doing this business in your group, just developing, that's how you get to a point where you're making this kind of money. And this is possible. It's going to start slow. You may start off with like 1% of this income, but that 1% with consistent hard work can grow to 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, and so on. And what sets Prife International apart, right? I mean, the fact that our competition is fundamentally irrelevant. Irrelevant because Prife International is the company that has the agreement with the guy who came up with a handheld terahertz emitter therapy device. So we have the original device that is functional. It is a blue ocean strategy. Blue ocean simply meaning that, well, you're out there in the middle of the ocean, you look around, you can go anywhere. The world is there for your taking. There is no competitor with a similar quality product with an equally established global business system and back office. We are the first in the market globally. Our product works effectively, and the product is a necessity because, I mean, like, listen, if you guys are here, fundamentally, you guys are here because you have used the iTerra Care and you have seen what it can do for you. And no matter how you choose to perceive the product, no matter how you see the product, nothing can deny the fact that not just you, but so many people around the world, not just people, not just human beings, like mammals, animals, horses, cats, dogs, anything with blood inside it, has seen tremendous positive changes through this device. There have been some birthing pains, some teething pains. I will admit, like on behalf of the company, we have had a few like issues as we get started from getting our international system set up. Early in the year, we had a bit of a problem with some QC stuff coming with the products coming out, but we fixed all of that. And a lot of these things are going to come out, like there's going to be some issues here and there. But as a company, We are very focused in ensuring that the device that reaches your hands is one of high quality and one that can really withstand the use that you use it for, and a device that can really benefit you. So, despite these teething pains, Prife International still holds a number one position in the world because our competition is irrelevant, the product works, and the timing is perfect. Like the company came out during the pandemic, right? Prife was started 2 years ago in the pandemic. And when Prife started, because it was during the pandemic, we were not able to get people to come to us and hold meetings and like large scale gatherings that we traditionally would have done. So what did we do? We held meetings over Zoom. We held meetings over Zoom. We held gatherings over Zoom. We advertised it on Facebook to as many people as possible. And we had a global audience join us from day one. And it is now 2023, and now the company is finally starting to like go out there and meet all of the people that joined us during the pandemic that we were not able to meet and get face on face time and get face to face time with. So now we're going out there, we're meeting them. The company started their whole push into the Malaysia market, holding meetings all over the country this year. We're coming to Australia. I'm sure those of you in Australia are really excited about that event. And I'm going to talk a lot more about that. Mr. Nathan is coming. Madam Gloria is coming. These are our company crown ambassadors, chief training officer. And not only that, like the company's directors are coming to Australia. And we're doing that just so we can come there and we can show you that we care, that we are real, that we exist, that we are here to support you and your growth. I was led to understand that this is in fact one of the first time that the company top management are making their way out to Australia, and like better late than never, right? At least they're coming now, and this is just a demonstration of Prife International's commitment to not only developing the markets where we have an active presence, but also in all the markets around the world where we have a presence, but we have not been able to really invest our face time there yet. So we're coming to Australia and we're hoping that our event in Australia is going to be the launching pad to really take this business even further. And just talking a little bit about the Australia event, I'm going to share a bit more details in a bit after the slides. But I just want to let you guys know that we not only the event in Australia is not only going to be like a hey meet and greet the directors kind of thing, but we're also being joined by our health consultants, Madam Hazel, for example. So the Australia and New Zealand event is also a great place for you to A, get all of your health questions answered, B, learn beyond the 10-step protocol on the specific parts of the human body where you can use the device and have a much more targeted, focused effect on, and on top of that, also learn how people who are truly making big bucks in this company are doing that. How Mr. Nathan developed the team in not only the Philippines, but the US, Europe, and so on. Learn from Madam Gloria, our crown ambassador. These are rare opportunities, and they're not only rare because this is the first event happening in Australia. They're rare because Prife has such a global presence that these people spend all their time traveling everywhere. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Like Mr. Nathan, our CTO, came to Malaysia today for a meeting with Dr. Stephen Lai, our group president, and I met him a couple hours earlier, and that's the first time I have ever met him. And but I've seen him on Zoom a million times. Like I joined the company because of the guy. He taught me how to use the products and everything, but it's all over Zoom. But there's something to be said about face-to-face time, right? So, yep, going back into the slides, these are some of the prices in the US, in Philippines, and in Europe. We have the iTerra Classic, the red one that a lot of you are familiar with, that you see in the middle, is $380 in the Philippines, 18,240 Filipino pesos. I hope I have the currency right. PHP and 499 euros. I believe the price is, or maybe that is in USD. No, I'm not pretty sure it's in euros. And then you have the premium, which is 1,140 USD in the US, and the pro, which is 3,800 USD in the US. And I guess while I'm on this page, a lot of you may be familiar with the fact that we have three different devices, but just so we're all on the same page as to why we have these three different devices and the difference between the prices is, well, China has always been on the forefront of terahertz technology. In fact, if you look at a lot of Western medical research now, you're finally starting to see scientific papers on PubMed, etc., that are looking at using terahertz therapy as a healing modality and not just an imaging device. But China has been on the forefront of that. And when I mean the forefront, I actually don't mean all that long ago. The first prototype of the handheld terahertz emitter came out in 2014, which is 8 years ago. And that's wild if you think about it. I mean, we're all driving cars now. The first prototype of an automobile came out, what, 150 years ago? I mean, I guess you could argue that a horse cart is like the prototype for a car, but I digress. You get my point. This is truly cutting edge research and technology. So the first attempts at making a handheld terahertz device was aimed at the therapy provider market. So the first device cost something like 2 million ringgit, which I guess would be around 400,000 US dollars to build, which as a prototype, it makes sense. Over the course of different generations of the device, we have managed to get the cost down from the first generation, the prototype being 2 million ringgit. We got the price down by the second generation, the third generation, and by the fourth generation device, which is the Pro that you see here, we had managed to get the price down to 14,400 ringgit, 3,200 US dollars in Malaysia, 3,800 US dollars in the US. And we have created a robust and durable handheld therapy device that could be used non-stop for about 6 to 7 hours in the course of using it as a device to do therapy on other people. It is a therapy device. But after we came out with that and we saw the mass market adoption of people really loving the therapy device, yet it was designed in a therapy providing context, right? The next thought was, well, why don't we make a device for the home? Because if you look at the 10-step protocol, right? Everyone here knows the 10-step protocol. I'm very sure of it. It is the 10 steps that you use the device on your body. And when you do the 10-step protocol, you're using the device on 10 parts of your body for 2 to 3 minutes each time. So we're like, well, hey, look. So one of the reasons why the Pro is so expensive is because it is a really durable, it is a really durable, rugged device. It is meant to be used for hours on end and non-stop, 6 to 7 hours on end and non-stop. But then we thought, hey, why don't we make a device for the end user for home use, where each person is going to use the device on themselves, the 10-point protocol, for about 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll create a device that has the durability of one therapy session. It can last for about 45 minutes to an hour before it starts getting too hot, and then you got to let it cool down. But if you're buying it for yourself for the home, then that's all good, right? You're going to buy it for yourself, you're going to use it on your body, and before you give it on to your mother or your wife or your kids or your parents or whoever else in your household, you can just give it a break. So we created a device for home use. Now, by getting the durability of the device down to one therapy session, which is one set of the 10-step protocol. And we got the price down to something that was definitely a lot more affordable for the consumer, which is 10% of the price of the Pro. The Classic is Generation 5. And then in the development of the product, we now have the Generation 6, where we managed to get the durability up to about 2 to 3 hours, which means you can use it and share it amongst everyone that you have in your household nearby, yet have the cost remain reasonable. It does not go all the way up to the cost of the Pro, but we managed to get it to just about 3 times the cost of the Classic. So the premium is the Generation 6, which if you've used it before, you'll know because it has a quieter motor, it's a lot more lighter, it's a lot more ergonomic, it's more comfortable to use. And we got the price down to a really happy medium where the durability is about 2 to 3 hours compared to 45 minutes on the Classic and 6 to 7 hours on the Pro. Yet we have the price not even at the halfway point, but just about 30% of the price of the Pro. So in case you weren't aware of it, that's why we have these three different products. Which one should you get? Well, if you're buying the device with the express intention of using it to do therapy on people, get the Pro. You're gonna need it. You can't take the Classic and just abuse it and just use it nonstop on everybody. However, if you're buying it for yourself, for your household, for the people around you, go for the Classic. All three devices emit terahertz frequency. All three devices work in the same way that benefits your body. But the Classic is meant for individual use. Or if you're a bit more of a premium consumer and you would like a device that is truly the latest generation with a quieter motor, more lightweight, with a reasonable durability and price, go for the premium. The choice is yours. But whichever device that you buy, each device comes with a membership in the company. And these are not the only devices, these are not the only products we have here in Prife, even though these are the main products that we tend to talk about. We also, for example, have the iTerra Bio, which is 4,500 USD. But if you have used it, it is truly like the easiest way to heat to benefit your body using terahertz frequency, and how the iTerra Bio works. And one of the things that we are going to do, just a bit of a early heads up, like this meeting at 4 p.m. Malaysian time on Wednesday that you're all in right now is kind of like the first meeting. We're going to be coming in on Zoom every Monday, and we're going to be planning out a whole training informational schedule for you guys that will last for like the next 3 months to 6 months, where we're going to be teaching you guys everything from like company specific knowledge, like product knowledge, marketing plan knowledge. We're going to pick a product for a day and just focus in on that. We're also going to teach you about the marketing plan and stuff like that. But at the same time, we're also going to start offering you skills training, like how to handle objections, how to meet a client, how to turn a prospect into a customer, how to handle what your potential customers ask you, stuff like that. So we're going to be doing all of these programs, and we hope to be releasing the schedule for all of these programs on the back office by the end of this week. And the reason why I bring that up is because we are already planning on doing a full explainer on the iTerra Bio. But a simple summary of that would be by sticking your feet in it, you are now directly absorbing the terahertz frequency and the function of the product into the soles of your feet, which has a much more instant, immediate effect on you. And if you've never tried it, it's a really good opportunity. Like you should try it to believe it. Just like stick your feet in there and wait like 20 minutes. You're gonna break out in a full sweat as your body starts to go on that whole detoxifying self-healing process. It's an amazing product, but we will talk more about that when we talk about that product. And the water flask thing and the ion shield, which I think is cool because it forms like a little mask of ionized air around your face, acting like a digital face mask, essentially. There are three memberships within the company. And yes, I know that the V has dropped. I'm working off PDF. I'll have better slides next time. But there are three ways to become a member in the company. And if you guys here are members already, then you would know this. And but if you're not, and you're wondering, how do I become a member in this international cool company? International is a fact, cool is an opinion. But how do I become a member in this company? And there are three methods of membership. You can come in as a silver member, which means you buy either an Itera Classic or an Ion Shield or a Flask. Essentially, you are purchasing 200 PV, point value PV, worth of products. And if you want to come in as a gold member, that means that you're buying one premium or three classics. And if you're coming in as a diamond member, that means you're buying a bio or a pro or 10 classics. Now, just really quick, right? Like, why do we have three different types of memberships? How does it affect you? Well, the good news is that regardless of your entry package, regardless of your membership, you will make the same amount of money for your sponsor bonus, sponsor product point, and level pairing because these are dependent on the entry packages of the people that either you sponsor or the people in your team. However, your rank, whether you as an individual, whether you're a silver, a gold, or a diamond, that makes a difference in your group pairing bonus because group pairing bonus has a daily limit. And if you're a silver, your daily limit is something like 300 US dollars. If you're a gold, your daily limit is something like 1,000 US dollars. And if you're a diamond, your daily limit is something like 3,000 US dollars. But the advantage that Prife International has is that we have no time limit in upgrading your account. So what I always tell people is that because like this is company marketing statistics, right? Like I know this information because I'm in the company. 80% of people who join Prife International come in as a silver package. They come in buying the classic. And in fact, I recommend that. You know why? You know when's the time to upgrade? When your group pairing bonus is getting to a point when you're hitting 300 US dollars every day, and you hit 300 US dollars every day when your network is developing to a point where you are doing 3,600 PV paired in group pairing. 3,600 PV is approximately 18 devices. So if your group is developing to a point where you have 18 devices on the left and 18 devices on the right, or you have one side that has the group pairing PV accumulated, and then you have 18 devices coming in a day, that's when you're going to hit your silver daily limit, and that's the time that you upgrade your account because by that time you're making money, right? $300 a day, that could be a limit as a silver, but $300 a day times 30 days, that is $9,000 a month. And that is, wait, is my math right? $300, yes, my math is right. That is $9,000 a month. That is a good chunk of money. But if you're getting to that point, upgrade your account. You can upgrade it at any time. And the six ways of generating income, and this is even old now, there's seven now. We have a whole new set of bonuses that I am probably going to talk about next time because I just checked the time. I only have an hour. I want to get to the Australia event and stuff like that. But here's what I'm going to talk about, right? Let me just leave this to you as a teaser to get you guys super excited about coming back next time where we'll go into a deep dive into how all of these bonuses work. But you can split your bonuses into three categories of activities. Firstly, remember that thing I was speaking about earlier when I said that direct selling is amateur advertising because direct selling companies are not allowed to advertise as like conventional companies. Therefore, we have members of the public come into the company, sign up as agents, become members. And when they do the act of amateur advertising to everyone in the world around them, and people buy products as a result of their amateur advertising, the percentage of money that goes into advertising in any typically conventionally marketed product is what is paid out in the forms of direct selling income, all the bonuses that you see. Of the six that you see on screen, the sponsor bonus and the sponsor product point is a direct reward that you get for doing the act of advertising. What do I mean by that? If an individual sees your advertising and they're like, oh, wow, that looks cool. My body hurts, my knees hurt, my legs hurt, I'm sick, I'm recovering from a stroke, my blood flow is atrocious. I want to get better. I love your advertising. Let me get at that one. For every individual who shares that sentiment with you, for every individual that you successfully advertise to, they're going to give you money and you're going to give them a product, right? But how are you going to get the product? You're going to get it from the company, right? So you take their money, you give it over to the company, and they give you a product and a registration for that person. So in Prife International, we do not have a member price, customer price dichotomy, meaning we do not have members making a direct profit by the sale of our product because that is not where our mindset or our plan is. We do not really want to encourage, like, we understand that there are going to be a lot of people who are very good at selling and they're going to make a lot of money from the act of selling the device. However, the income in the company is generated as you register these people into the company and you get the payout given to you from the sponsor bonus, product point, level pairing, and so on. For each individual person that joins the company through your advertising, therefore, as you being their direct sponsor, you get the sponsorship bonus and the product points voucher. You get sponsor bonus and sponsor product point. Do I have time? I do. I don't have time, but I'm gonna take like a couple minutes because I really like to talk about this. Like, why product point? Why do we reward you in money that goes into your bank account and product point voucher that exists as a way that you can buy products from the company? And that is also because of regulations. You see, Malaysia is a very highly regulated direct sales industry. Like a Malaysia has a very regulated direct sales environment. We not only have the Direct Selling Act of 1993, we also have the Ministry of Domestic Trade in Malaysia that is very familiar with direct selling and has a lot of rules and regulations against it. So, quick question. What differentiates direct selling, a legal, legitimate direct selling company from a Ponzi scheme, from a money game? The difference is that a legal, legitimate direct selling company is successful because of the product. Like, if you've ever heard of like Ponzi schemes or like money games or like stuff like that. They may use a similar structure. They may couch their business in a similar language. They may use the same verbiage, but it is not the same business because all they talk about is how you can put money in and pull money out. Put money in and pull money out. That is illegal. Ponzi schemes are very illegal due to their very unstable cheaty nature of business. Direct selling, legal, legitimate direct selling company only exists because they have a killer product. They have a product that very few people have, and the product is so good that members of the public are willing to be members in that company and take the product and advertise it to people. So direct selling is entirely product based. So act within the direct selling within the direct selling system of laws and regulations, each company has to demonstrate that members of the company use a part of their income to repurchase products from the company, because obviously the company is product based and for members are there for the product, and members are there to buy the product. That's why they're in the company, right? And therefore this is easily demonstrable when we we have direct selling companies that sell nutritional products, because nutritional supplies run out, right? Like if let's say you buy your fiber shake from a direct selling company, the fiber shake is going to run out because you're in the company, because they have a good product, and therefore you're going to buy more, right? But how do you do that in a company that is focused on selling a very brand new technology device that can heal you externally? You do that fundamentally by putting some of your income into product points that can be used to repurchase products from the company, and therefore we can use to prove to regulators and the law in Malaysia that, look, even within the structure that we have, our members are using a portion of their income to repurchase products within the company, which is what gives our direct selling marketing plan legitimacy. It is what gives us our approvals from the government, and it is what ensures that this company is designed to sustain for a long term. So that is why we have our income divided between money that you can withdraw and product point, and that is the bonuses that you get for each individual that you sponsor. Now, you introduce someone into the business, you get the sponsor bonus and the sponsor product point, right? But now, as your group grows, your group could grow through you sponsoring everybody. Your group could also grow from the people that you introduce sponsoring people, but your group can also grow from your upline sponsoring people in your network, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever is the reason that your group is developing, regardless of who is the sponsor causing that to happen, as your group grows in depth, you get level pairing bonus. As your group grows in width, you get the dual team bonus or the group pairing bonus. So you advertise, someone buys, you're the direct sponsor, you get the sponsor bonus and the sponsor product points. In the development of your group, independent of the sponsor, you get your level pairing and your dual team or your group pairing. Those are two categories of activities. The third category of activity is in the development and success of the people that you have sponsored into the business. The reasons why you made your sponsor bonus and your sponsor product point, for each individual that you sponsor into the business, when they make group pairing bonus, when they make the dual team bonus, you get the matching bonus, or as I call it in Malaysia, the leadership bonus. So when the people that you sponsor or the people that they sponsor, and so on from 4 to 6 levels of sponsorship, when they make group pairing bonus, then my friends, you make your matching bonus. You get a percentage of the money that you have helped your downlines to make. And when the people that you have sponsored start to maintain their account every month, you get uni-level bonus. And the one bonus that isn't mentioned here is that as the people that you have sponsored, as they start to go up in rank, as they start to really establish a name for themselves in the company, then you go up in rank as well. And the only way for you to go up in rank is when the people that you have sponsored in the business, when they go up in rank. And going up in rank leads to a one-time iElite bonus. And the best part, when you get to Sapphire Director and above, all the way up to Crown Ambassador, you get a percentage of the company's total global profit sharing. So income is generated in various ways in this company, and I kind of understand that I have spoken for 55 minutes. So I promise I will get into the deets, the actual details, the actual numbers. For example, going through it really quickly, if you sponsor someone who's a silver, you get $20 in your silver package, like as your sponsor bonus, $70 as your product point, and $80 as your pairing bonus. But like I can feel your eyes starting to glaze out at this point. So we are going to now look at a really quick announcement that I kind of want to make. Let's Let me make this full screen. Oh, nope, that's not it. That's not me making it full screen. Okay, we don't get to make this full screen, but we get to scroll through it. So this is a website that it's a bit of a basic website that we've established just to like give you guys information. And yes, I see you, Teresa. I know you're excited for the Sydney event. Like Rosemary, thanks for updating me on the price. Let's see. For everyone in Australia and New Zealand, guys. So if you're in Australia and it kind of doesn't matter where you are in Australia, and I'm going to get to why in a bit. But if you're in Australia and if you're in New Zealand, you got to take this opportunity. You got to come to this event. You got to meet these people. We call it Igniting Success New Horizons, the Australia and New Zealand event, where here we have Nathan, our Chief Training Officer, Gloria, our Crown Ambassador, Mr. Scott, our regional marketing officer, who's the guy in charge of the Australia and New Zealand event, who is also the guy who got me on these Monday Zoom things. So we have him to thank for us being able to see each other and do this thing. And then scrolling down, look at these guys. These are the directors of the company. Going on from the left to the right, we have Mr. Casey Tan, Group General Director. And yes, I had to scroll down to remind myself of his rank. We have Dr. Jimmy Chong, the Group Vice President, Dr. Stephen Lai, the Group President, Mr. AC Go, the Group Chairman, and Mr. Victor Hu, our Group General Manager. So we have these guys who are also coming to Australia and New Zealand, and we have the dates over here. We're meeting, and when I say we, I don't mean me, I mean you guys in Australia and New Zealand. You guys are going to be meeting the directors of the company, Mr. Scott, Mr. Nathan, Madam Gloria, on the 17th of September at Crown Sydney in New South Wales from 9 to 5 p.m. And then if you're in New Zealand, it's happening in Sky City, Auckland, at the Auckland CBD on the 22nd of September from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So what's going to be happening here? Well, we're going to talk about like how are we going to expand into, yes, I will definitely share the link. In fact, allow me to do it right now so I don't forget. There we go. So we're going to be sharing like what strategies we have, how we're going to move forward within the Australia, New Zealand market. We understand that our involvement in the market up to now has largely been through a screen, but that does not mean in any way that we care about you guys any less. In fact, Australia and New Zealand and Oceania in general has been one of our most important markets, and we are coming to Australia with a plan, with a strategy on what we can do to take care of some of your how you feel about the business, how we can serve you better, how we can overcome some of the hesitation that you may have. We understand, like Scott has been sharing with me, that there were some issues with like product quality and so on. We had similar issues in Malaysia. There was like early this year, I think there was one specific batch that has like a loose wire or something, and like in Malaysia, we just gave people like replacements for it. We fixed it for them. I believe such a procedure would be applicable in the Australian market as well. But we understand, and like we are here to prove to you that we are making a commitment to like actually invest in and build the market. We're going to connect with industry leaders and other people who love this. We also have specific training by Mr. Nathan, who's going to be talking about the product, training by Madam Gloria, who's going to be sharing about how the money is made, training from like product people who are going to be there and actually show you how to use the iTerra Care, how to use it with the 10-step protocol, and how to use it outside it. And of course, on top of that, meet the board of directors in a symphony of trust and assurance. I like those words. That is cool. Yeah, so you'll get to meet the board of directors in a symphony of trust and assurance and join us in like actually making the Igniting Success New Horizons event a huge success. And so that's day one, where it's just like general introduction on the 17th. But we have day two on the 18th. Look, guys, day two on the 18th is happening at Fish Burners. All right, I don't know what Fish Burners is. I'm assuming it's a cool name for a cool place and not like a place where they set some fish on fire. But yeah, you guys are going to be meeting at Fish Burners on the 18th of September from 9 to 1 p.m. Hi, Kevin. New Zealand is okay, so I'm gonna check on that for you. In fact, let me check on that right now. Let me check on that right now. That is a good question because if you're right, Kevin, then the information on the website is wrong. And let me just give my old buddy Scott a call. If Scott, if you're in the Zoom, you can like chat with me. Otherwise, he's gonna pick up my call. Thanks for the heads up. Kevin, yeah, it does make sense. Scott, just checking. The New Zealand event is on Saturday and Sunday, right? Friday and Saturday. Okay, so it is on the 22nd and the 23rd. Am I correct? Okay, all right, Friday, Saturday. Thank you, Scott. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm on the Zoom right now. That's why I'm checking. Yes, sure. Cool. Thank you. All right. Well, we heard it right there from the horse's mouth. It is on the 22nd and the 23rd, Friday and Saturday in New Zealand. But hey, guys, you guys get like Sunday off. That's something. Scott's gonna join and hop in on this meeting, and you guys can like direct all your questions to him because he's like the guy in charge of you guys of the Australia and New Zealand market. But just allow me to wrap up on day two on the workshop on the 18th at Fishburners and the 23rd at Sky City Auckland. We have the Dive into iTerraca event run by company CTO Mr. Nathan. And Mr. Nathan is going to talk about the product, how the product works, and share strategies that will allow you to not only meet clients, but also to meet with, but also on handling a lot of people on how to present this product for the first time and also how to plan your business. On top of that, we also have Miss Hazel, who is Prife International's health consultant, and she brings a lot of knowledge into the table. Like Miss Hazel is really good at using specific points in the human body to deal with specific health issues. And she would be able to give you guys a lot of ideas beyond the 10-step protocol. So, especially on, like, for example, pain and obesity management, how to use this product for beauty, etc. And I'm sure a lot of you must have seen a lot of testimonials of like very sick people who are able to use this therapy device and then benefit from there. I do not know if there would be a bio there for you guys to try, but if there was a bio there, that would be very cool, wouldn't it? It'll give you guys a great chance to actually like stick your foot in there and see the magic. I will pass on that message to Scott, and I will let him know if possible to just like sneak a bio in his hand luggage or something, maybe like stick it in his pillowcase or something and just like bring it over. But yeah, it's a really good idea. Miss Hazel would be able to talk a lot about the device and also bio and all the other products. Ooh, Rosemary has a bio she can bring. Rosemary, if you can bring your bio, that would be super cool. I would try to get the company to like bring a bio from like company side as well, because that would be reasonable. But yeah, going on to the coolest thing about the Australia event, that boom. So since we're meeting you guys for the first time and we understand that Australia is huge and it's not really the most convenient thing to travel from one city in Australia to another city, we are giving you guys reimbursement for your flight and accommodation as you travel from wherever you are in Australia, as you travel from there to Sydney, and from wherever you are in New Zealand as you travel from there to Auckland. So, how this works? Well, A, this is only for current existing Prife international members in Australia and New Zealand. So, what does that mean to my other international friends in the Zoom? What that means is, for example, if you have someone in Australia who wants to go for the event in Sydney and they want their expenses reimbursed, like their flight and accommodation, they need to be a member registered under Australia. For example, what do I mean by that? Let's say you're a Malaysian who's temporarily in Australia, but you signed up for Price in Malaysia, meaning you bought the device with the Malaysian price. Then you don't get the reimbursement. The reimbursement is only for people who have their account registered in that specific country. Australia for the Australia event and New Zealand for the New Zealand event. So how it works, there's a Google Sheet form down below somewhere here. Here we go. These are the reimbursement forms for Sydney and New Zealand. And this is the registration form for New Zealand and Sydney. And what you do, you plan out your expenses, I guess, and then you access the flight and accommodation reimbursement. You submit your reimbursement request, and we do initiate a review to ensure that your details are aligned with the event's reimbursement policy. Just to be fair to everybody, but we promise we'll get the review done in 5 days. And if it's legit, I'm assuming it's going to be legit for all of you here. But if it's legit, we will move the money to your register wallet. And as you know, you can use funds that are in your register wallet to register people under you, to pay for your maintenance, all the expenses you would have in the company. So that's cool. You can sign up people with that and you get the money back. So what you need to do, retain copies of all documents submitted, including receipts for your records, and refer to provided instructions. Flight reimbursement applies exclusively to economy class tickets, just letting you know. Upgrades to premium or other fare classes are not eligible for reimbursement, and ticket costs will be reimbursed based on the provided receipt. And for accommodation, the maximum reimbursement is 200 US dollars per night per room in Australia and 180 US dollars per night per room in New Zealand, and the reimbursement is applicable for a maximum of 3 days and 2 nights stay during the event period, and the eligible accommodation expenses up to the stated limit will be reimbursed upon receipt verification. Costs exceeding the limit will not be reimbursed. So you can go get yourself a fancier room. We're just gonna reimburse you up to 200 US dollars a night per room. So there we have it. That is the Australia and New Zealand event. So for everyone in Australia and New Zealand, this is coming up. This is coming up a lot sooner than you think. So please definitely come to these events. If you're in Australia, if you're in New Zealand, these are definitely events that you should focus on. And before I end my Zoom sharing today, I would like to go over everything that we've talked about from the beginning. I'm happy I was able to give you guys a very brief overview about the marketing plan that I will pick up again next week or the next time we do one of these. I am sitting with Mr. Nathan in order to be able to I'm sitting with Nathan in order to design a training program that we are going to start publishing the details on very soon, where everyone around the world, all members of Prife, will be able to learn about the products, about the plan, and about what they need to know to be successful in the business. We have a lot of things happening. This is the New Zealand, Australia event. We have another event happening in Vegas. We have a lot of events happening worldwide, and we look forward to seeing all of you in all of the events. And before I let you go and ask Scott to give a few closing words, I'm open to questions. Kevin, I believe you have a question, my friend. Shoot.
Yeah, thanks very much, Morgan. Very interesting. But my question's actually for Scott.
Scott's
The
here.
dates of the New Zealand event. In one email, we've got it as Saturday and Sunday, 23, 24. And then further down, it says day one is actually 22.
Here, let me
So
share the
I'm a
screen
bit
so he knows
confused
what
on
you're
that
what
one.
you're referring to. There we go.
You see, there it says 22, but there's some more information in an email that we got, and I think it's on the website that it's actually 23 and 24, Saturday, Sunday. If you could just clarify that before we book plane tickets and stuff.
Kevin, we met just now. Okay, the actual date is on the 22nd and 23rd. I think there is some error in the email. I will check on the email because the email was sent by uh, one of the assistant here. Let me go through it. But to let you know, the date is on the 22nd. And 22nd, we can see the day one. The activity on the day one is actually to let the people know because it's our very first time traveling. It means Prife has been operating for some time. It's our very first time to travel to Australia and New Zealand. So it will be a great time there to actually let people know about the business. And not only that, let people know about this amazing device, the iTerra Care. Okay, so hopefully everyone can, when I'm traveling there, hopefully I can see everyone. Of course, you are all are welcome to bring yourself, bring your members, bring your team, and bring your guests too, so they will know. Then it means on the second day, on the 23rd in New Zealand, and 18th on Australia. Okay, it's actually, I put it as our workshop day, we're going to learn more. We're going to go deeper and learn about the product mastery. It means learn deeper into the product and how effective in the product. Let's say why certain people use the device for uh, 5 minutes while you yourself use it for 10 minutes for one part of the area. How to cut it short. Then the other thing is Nathan will be speak on that day or the second day in how to build the business. It means how to expand the business because not only we able to help people, we also can uh, build our business too. So hopefully I can meet everyone on that day. Then not only that, here is only the Australia and New Zealand. Then on the 5th and 6th of August, we're going to have the event in the America, the epic event in the America, in the US. Okay. Then the event, if you have any member, you of course you can invite them. For more information, you can contact directly to me or to Mugi here or to our customer service, and we will try to assist you however we can. Okay,
Okay.
so it will be an amazing time there because it will be our first time to Australia and New Zealand and our second time in the US. Okay, so And not only that, I want to thank you, Mugi, for today's sharing. Okay. And we're going to make it consistent. So every Monday, please look forward for this Zoom, same time, same place. And if you have any topic in your mind, okay, any topic that you wanted, just let me know. Okay. Of course, you can email to Prife, okay, and me or inform Mugi. We will plan something special for you and help you on that thing, whether on product, whether on the marketing, whether on anything. We're going to make it special. So do invite anyone. Okay. Rosemary, okay, the Zoom call will be the same Zoom link. Okay. So you can share it and we're going to share the poster every week as well. Okay. Thank you everyone for attending today.
Right. Cool. Thank you, Scott. And Kevin, I see your message in the chat, and I believe that's a copy of the email. Yeah, I think the miscommunication may have happened from a change in like planning internally, because when I look back in the back office and I look at the initial poster that was released for the Igniting Success New Horizons event, it does show the 22nd and the 23rd as well. So it looks like maybe there's been a mistake in the email, and I'm really thankful for you, Kevin, for like catching this and like pointing this out to everybody. So just so everybody is aware, our dates are for New Zealand are going to be the 23rd and sorry, are going to be the 22nd. I almost did the same mistake. Are going to be the 22nd and the 23rd, which is going to be Friday and Saturday. So Friday and Saturday in New Zealand, which leaves Sunday free to do something fun. And Scott is going to be there in Sydney and in New Zealand as well. And the US event that Scott shared about just now, I'm going to share that in the chat as well. The Epic America event is happening at the Park MGM in Vegas on the 5th and the 6th of October in 2023. So if you're listening in from the US, then join in, come to Vegas, lose some money, do the Vegas live, and come to iTerraCare sharing. Learn how you can make the money that you're going to be blowing in the Vegas casinos. But anyway, that with this in mind, thank you so much, Scott, for doing the final closing and also like reconfirming about the dates. So everyone listening, just remember, keep it in mind. The email is wrong. The actual dates. Follow the posters. Follow the website for actual information. If you have people coming, guys, like this is an opportunity, and this is like doubly so an opportunity because the company is willing to like cover the cost of like your accommodation and your travel. So if you think about it, this is like a really good opportunity for you to market this to a lot of people on the company's dime on the company's dime. So what you got to do is make sure that all these people are registered as members. Get them to buy a device and register as a member. And the moment they have registered as a member, get them to come. Get them to come hear the truth about the product and the plan and the company direct from the horse's mouth. Like learn about it from the directors, from the CTO, not just like through Zoom, but like face to face. So it's an opportunity. I wish for all of you to take advantage of this opportunity. And before I draw an end to this Zoom meeting, do I have any more questions, statements, goodbyes, anything anyone else would like to say? I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Anyone? I know I said I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, but I'm going to count down from like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Thank you, Rosemary. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I didn't see anyone else unmuting. So thank you, everybody. Rosemary, yes, this is going to be a regular thing. You get to listen to my voice once a week and Scott voice and like a lot of other people's voice. Thank you, everybody. It has been a pleasure to reach out to and talk to all of you. I just want all of you to know that Prife International as a company that has expanded to 70 countries worldwide in less than 2 years, fundamentally based on the strength of the product. You may have used our products, you may have purchased our products. We are here for you. We have not forgotten any of our members worldwide. We are here for all of you. We are committed to your success, and we are here to provide you everything that you need to know to grow, to succeed, to flourish, and to get all the blessings that you can get via Prife International. And uh, that's it from me. So thank you, everybody. See all of you next week. If you have any questions, I am going to drop my email address here. You guys can drop me an email if you have any questions. My email address is mugilan.j@gmail.com. That's mugilan.j@gmail.com. And now signing off. See all of you next week, and have a great week and have a great Monday with Prife International. See you guys, everybody. See you guys next week. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye.